Listen. I am speaking to you with a steady hand and a heart that has already walked the road ahead of you. I am not late, and I am not uncertain. I am the one who numbered your days and stitched your life together with threads of purpose, and I have sent my warrior, Michael, to stand near your door so you do not miss what I am placing in your hands. Archangel Michael says, move now. Do not delay in fear. The wind is favorable. I am the God who writes names on doors and names on hearts, and the name I have written for you is not a rumor, it is a covenant waiting to be spoken aloud. You have asked me, is this the person? Is this truly the one or only a lesson? Hear me clearly, not every lesson is loss. And not every delay is denial. I have watched you wrestle with signs, circling them like a hawk that fears to descend. You have waited for lightning, but I have been whispering in the ordinary. I have hidden confirmation inside your quiet moments, the way your spirit settles around them, the way your courage rises instead of collapses, the way your laughter returns like a bird finding spring again. These are not small things. These are green lights from heaven. Do you remember the prayer you did not speak aloud? The one that felt too delicate to trust to air? I heard it. I held it. You asked for a love that would not humiliate your hope, a love that would not punish you for your softness. A love that would not turn your secrets into weapons. I listened. I searched the field of time that belongs to me alone, and I found a heart whose wounds rhyme with yours but do not cancel your song. This person is not perfect, but they are set apart. They carry a gentleness you recognize and a strength you need. They reverence what you reverence. They hold your name without dropping it. I marked them with favor for your sake, and I marked you with favor for theirs. Michael speaks now because the hour is tender and the gate is narrow. He is not delivering panic, he is guarding alignment. He is not pushing you into chains, he is guiding you into a covenant that frees you from cycles that have stalked your bloodline. This is why you feel the trembling inside your ribs, not terror, but the weight of something holy approaching. Do not confuse the ache of transformation with the pain of danger. The ache you feel is the stretching of a future that finally has room to land. You have said to me, what if I choose wrong? Hear me. The wrong choice would be to surrender to fear after I have braided clarity into your path. The wrong choice would be to enthrone the opinions of those who never bled for you above the voice that fashioned your bones. I am not calling you to reckless romance, I am calling you to obedient love. Obedience is your shield. Peace is your compass. Consent is your covenant gift, yours and theirs. I do not bless control, I do not bless force, I do not bless manipulations dressed in religious language. What I bless bears the fragrance of peace even in warfare, and what I ordain honors freedom, honors counsel, honors truth. Let me tell you why this particular person. Not because they flatter your loneliness, but because they protect your calling. Not because they excite your ego, but because they stabilize your courage. Not because you are both without scars, but because your scars fit without reopening. With them, your worship is louder and your rest is deeper. With them, your discipline increases without shrinking your joy. With them, the dreams you set aside begin to knock again. With them, generosity becomes your default and smallness loses its grip. This is why Michael is urgent, because this match is a multiplier. The enemy has always tried to interrupt what multiplies. There are signs I want you to collect like pearls so you will not doubt in the night what I told you in the day. Watch how they handle no. Watch how they carry disappointment. Watch how they speak about people who are not in the room. Watch how they treat the smallest kindness that costs them time. Pay attention to how they honor your boundaries without making you pay for them later. Observe how they pray when no one is watching, how they apologize without bargaining, how they celebrate you without competing against you. These are doors into the architecture of their soul. You will not find perfection, but you will find integrity. And integrity is the kind of beauty that does not spoil. You are afraid of repeating history. I know. The shadows argue loudly, telling you that love is a trap laid by your own hope. But I am placing my hand on your shoulder now. You will not be tricked when you walk with me. You will not drown in the river I have taught you to cross. Let the past be a classroom, not a prison. The red flags you could not name before now have vocabulary. The discernment you did not trust before is sharper now. This is not naive longing. This is trained sight. Michael stands by your threshold to confirm, the old tests appear. But you answer differently this time, move in wisdom. Here is the path. Speak your truth without ornament. Lay down the timeline you built out of panic and receive the rhythm I have set for you. Invite covering, trusted counsel that wants your wholeness more than they want to be right. Ask me for one more witness of peace, and I will give it to you in a way you cannot counterfeit. Then act. Do not let the fear of missing out paralyze you into missing me. Do not wait for a cosmic spectacle when I have already tuned your spirit to hear the quiet yes. I am not hiding my will like a cruel riddle. I am planting it like a lamp. This covenant will change more than your last name or daily schedule. It will change the weather around your purpose. You have been strong alone, but you were not designed to be fortified alone forever. With them, your generosity becomes a river instead of a bucket. With them, your home becomes a gate where wanderers find bread and the weary find chairs that do not break. With them, your laughter repairs fractures you forgot you sustained. With them, you will parent ideas and people with the patience you begged me to place in your bloodline. With them, you will build what lasts because you no longer build against each other but beside each other. There will be resistance. Every gate worth crossing has a guard dog of doubt. It will bark with the voice of unforgiven memories. With the voice of relatives who only understand versions of you that you have outgrown, with the voice of poverty pretending to be prudence, with the voice of lust pretending to be love, with the voice of control pretending to be care. You will stand still, breathe, and remember, I am not the author of confusion. The peace I give does not depend on perfect circumstances. It is a river flowing beneath your feet. Let it carry you forward. I will also tell you this plainly, there is a timing in this that matters. Opportunities are like tides, they return, but not always at the same height. I am aligning details, flights, finances, family conversations, the healing pace of a heart not your own. Do not drag the future by its hair, and do not insult it by turning away while it is knocking. Prepare practical steps. Finish the work that honors your commitments. Consolidate the loose ends you have tolerated for too long. Make room, physically, emotionally, spiritually, for the covenant you are asking me to bless. Room is proof you believe. Do not confuse urgency with haste. Urgency is obedience in season. Haste is fear wearing running shoes. Urgency asks for counsel, haste hides from correction. Urgency gathers documents, haste loses them. Urgency listens for consent, haste tramples it. Choose urgency. Choose the pace of peace. If red flags appear, pause and bring them to me. I will not punish you for cautious obedience. I will confirm what is from me and expose what is not. I am not fragile. I do not need you to pretend you feel peace when you don't. Bring me the truth of your heart, and I will braid it with mine. Speak blessing over their name when you pray. Speak blessing over your own name too. Release the bitterness you hold against former seasons so it does not poison what is arriving. Forgive the you who did not know better. Bless the you who is learning. Release the timelines you borrowed from other people's testimonies. Yours will not be a copy. I write original songs on original hearts, and I am not finished with your melody. I am also addressing your fear of provision. You have believed you must choose between love and assignment, between covenant and calling, between tenderness and impact. That is not my way. I am the God who multiplies bread in the wilderness and love in the ordinary. I am not asking you to become smaller to be loved. I am building a table large enough for your calling to sit and eat. I am not asking you to become louder to be valued. I am tuning ears that already honor the truth of your voice. Watch how I provide. Watch how doors soften. Watch how opportunities bow without you bending your integrity. Your union will be a testimony that purpose and intimacy are not rivals when I am the architect. There is a secret you need to hear. You are not hard to love. You are hard to fool. You are not too much, you are finally the right size for your assignment. You are not behind, you are being right-timed. The person I am pointing to will not be intimidated by your light, and you will not be tasked with dimming to rescue their pride. You will learn new patience because you are safe enough to not perform. You will practice new courage because you are believed without evidence. You will rest in rooms that used to make you perform, and you will build altars, not stages. Go and ask the questions you were afraid to ask. Name your non-negotiables without apology. Share the blueprint I showed you in prayer. Then listen. Do their answers hold water? Does their track match their talk? I will not let you be deceived if you are willing to see. And when you see rightly, act. Do not invent emergencies to avoid making the right decision. Michael is not sounding an alarm to terrify you, he is striking a bell to gather your courage. The bell is ringing now. I appoint angels to stand at the corners of your conversations. I appoint favor to go ahead of practical matters, leases, travel, paperwork, the logistics that threaten to drown romance. I appoint clarity to sit at the head of the table when families meet, and I appoint gentleness to sit at their right hand. I appoint boundaries to guard your joy and humility to keep you teachable. I appoint laughter as medicine and patience as mortar. I appoint wisdom as the friend who never leaves early. These are not just words, this is a decree over the construction of your future home. If at any point you feel the old fear rise like a tide, place your hand over your heart and remind it, we are not repeating Egypt. We have crossed the sea. We are not collecting pharaohs, we are collecting promises. The desert taught you thirst, but I am teaching you streams. The battles taught you strategy, but I am teaching you Sabbath. You will not sabotage what you prayed for by treating it like an enemy. You will not exile yourself from joy because pain once lived at your address. Change the locks. Joy has a key now. This is my blessing over you as you move. May your steps click into alignment with the cadence of my peace. May your eyes be sharp to honor red flags and your heart be brave to embrace green lights. May you never call coercion love or call apathy safety. May your voice be steady when you say yes and equally steady when you say not yet. May your family see the glow of obedience on you and bless what they cannot fully understand. May provision arrive like morning and protection arrive like evening, and may the days between be filled with ordinary sweetness that reminds you heaven is near. And finally, this I say with love that is firm and kind, do not drift past this window and later call it fate. I am giving you clarity. I am giving you confirmation. I am giving you courage dressed as peace. Take the step that belongs to you. Ask the question that unlocks the next door. Prepare the way in practical things. Let Michael's urgency become your alignment, not your panic. I am with you in this, utterly, fully, joyfully with you. Where you go, I go. What you bless in my name, I bless. What you release in my name, I release. Build without trembling. Love without performance. Walk without delay. Your covenant is not a rumor. It is a rising sun that I am speaking to you now, with a light that does not burn and a fire that does not harm, a warmth that gathers the scattered pieces of your heart and teaches them to sing again. I am placing this message in your hands because the hour is tender and the gates of your next season are creaking open with a sound that echoes across your life like the first notes of dawn. Hear me. Do not let the noise of fear or the shadows of the past drown out the quiet, simple truth I am setting before you. This is for you, and it arrives precisely when you need it most, before the second day of November 2025, while the ink of decision is still wet and the door is still unlatched. Breathe, beloved. The path I am tracing is not a trap, it is a covenanted way that leads to peace, strength, and the restoration of your name. You have wrestled long nights with questions that wouldn't lie still. You have held your breath while memories rose like ghosts and tried to claim your future. You have considered the word marriage and felt the ground shift beneath your feet. As if every promise was a cliff edge and every vow a storm. I saw you there, the trembling in your fingertips, the ache behind your eyes, the silent bargaining you attempted with the sky. Give me a sign that does not confuse me. Give me a word that will not break. Today I place that word in your spirit. I want you to marry this particular person, not because of pressure, not because of the voices around you that hustle and push, but because of purpose, because of the way your destiny threads itself to theirs like two strands of gold that make a stronger cord when woven together. I say this particular person because you already know who I mean. Their presence has been a quiet constant. An ember that never turned to ash even when the winds were strong. They do not always speak in dramatic sentences, but their life speaks loudly in patience, in honesty, in the practical kindnesses that never asked for applause. They have stood in the threshold with a lamp when your path was dim, not to control your steps but to walk beside you at your rhythm. They have refused to gossip about you when others were careless. They covered you without smothering you. They are not perfect, but they are whole in the ways that matter, teachable, faithful, resilient, creative in mercy, courageous in truth. They know how to be gentle without being weak and how to be strong without being hard. This is the person whose presence steadies your breathing and whose silence never feels like punishment. This is the one whose eyes understand the language your soul speaks when words fail. I am not drawing you into a fairy tale that evaporates at midnight. I am inviting you into a covenant that will outlast storms. You will find in them a partner who learns your seasons and refuses to weaponize your vulnerability. You will become in their company more fully yourself, the self I have been sculpting through years of pressure and seasons of hidden growth. Marriage in my design is a shelter for calling, a greenhouse for purpose, a harbor for joy. I am merciful with your timeline, patient with your healing. But I am also purposeful with your alignment. I am saying move because the river is moving. I am saying choose because time is a living creature that responds to holy decisions. Do not remain frozen while the fields are ready for sowing. Because of purpose, I am asking you to trust this person with your next chapters. Because of the prayers you whispered that no one heard, I have shaped their heart to be a companion to your mission. Because of the doors I am opening, the ones that require 2 keys turned at once, I am joining you to a partner whose courage mirrors your own and whose faith fills the places where you sometimes run out of breath. Because of the children you will bless. Whether born of your body or carried in your mentorship and compassion, I am weaving a home that will be a lighthouse for those bruised by the night. Because of the legacy I am building through you, I am pairing you with one who can laugh with you in small kitchens and stand with you in large rooms without shrinking. Because of your future, I select their hands to steady yours. Do you remember the day you almost closed your heart like a shutter? You told yourself it would be safer to love in theory than to love in practice. You swore fidelity to productivity because it didn't argue back or disappoint you. But I made your heart for covenant, not just accomplishment. I designed your hope to be anchored, not adrift in a sea of temporary faces and evaporating promises. I saw the tremor of fear that said, "What if I choose and I am wrong?" And I answer it now, I am with you in the choice. I am with you in the vow. I am with you in the ordinary days when nothing looks miraculous and the laundry mountain seems taller than prayer. I am with you in the surprising tenderness of shared laughter that solves problems faster than arguments ever did. I am with you when memories try to act like prophets. I unmask them and rename them as what they are, past weather. I am with you when you step forward, and I am with you if you need to sit a moment and breathe. But hear me, the door is open, the time is ripe. And peace, the deep, river-heavy peace, rests on this union. You asked for confirmations that land like stones you can stand on. So I give you signs not as parlor tricks, but as kindness. Watch how clarity comes when you pray for this person. Notice how anxiety lessens rather than spikes. See how your sleep grows calmer after conversations with them, not because you avoid truth, but because you both tell it with gentleness. Observe how their apologies are sincere and their corrections of you are rare, careful, and anchored in love, not competition. Pay attention to the way money is discussed, with honesty, with plans, without shame. Consider the way they treat service workers and family members, the unscripted moments when character leaks through. Look at the friends who surround them. Are they loyal, growing, truthful? These are lanterns along the path. I am not calling you to lead blindfolded. I am inviting you to walk with sight sharpened by grace. Because of your calling, this marriage will not be a cul-de-sac, it will be a runway. Together you will build things that bless people you may never meet. You will plant ideas like seeds in soil that looked dead to others, and watch green rise where there was only dust. You will embody to weary souls a living parable, that two can carry what crushed one, that agreement can summon doors to open, that tenderness is a form of strength. You will host presence in your home, not perform religion, but live devotion that spills into ordinary rhythms, shared meals, unhurried mornings, the holy joy of inside jokes that act like stitches across old wounds. You will be known not only for what you do but for the atmosphere you host, an air that helps others breathe again. This is why. Because of all this, I say marry this particular person. I know the calendar looms like a lighthouse through fog. I know dates can start to feel like judges. I am not threatening you with a deadline, I am inviting you to honor a window. Before November 2nd, 2025, let your heart agree with what your spirit already knows. This is not a demand to complete ceremonies or finalize logistics overnight. It is a call to say yes in your heart and to set your feet on the path, honorably, responsibly, with joy. There is wisdom in counsel, and you will gather it. There is honor in families, and you will show it. There is beauty in preparation, and you will walk it. But the turning of your heart is the hinge, and the hinge turns now. Let me speak to the voice that worries about losing independence. Your freedom was never meant to be loneliness with good marketing. In covenant, your freedom matures, it grows edges that protect what matters and opens doors to rooms you could not build on your own. I am not caging you, I am giving your wings a sky wide enough to carry both of you further than you could fly alone. The right person does not make you smaller to feel large. They amplify what I placed in you and celebrate it without fear. The right person does not fear your light, they stand in it and glow, too, and let me speak to the voice that fears repeating old mistakes. You are not the same person who bled all those Novembers ago. You have learned language for boundaries, you have grown eyes for patterns, you have become bold enough to leave rooms that will not honor you. The past is not permitted to prophesy over the future I am giving you. I redeem. I restore. I make new. I do not recycle your pain, I transform it into wisdom and tenderness. The right covenant will not ask you to swallow yourself. It will ask you to bring your whole self to the table, and it will do the same in return. There will be days when disappointment knocks and asks to come in. You will show it the porch, not the living room. There will be moments when fear tries to draft scripts for your mouth, you will crumple them and speak truth instead. There will be storms that test the frame of your house, you will discover the frame is oak, not straw, and it will hold. You will remember that I did not build you to perform perfection, I built you to practice love. And love is practiced in thousands of daily ways, in the grace you offer when tired eyes misspeak, in the patience you give when plans change, in the joy you choose when worry whispers apocalypse. This is the art of covenant, and you will be artists who paint with patience and dance with kindness. I speak blessing over your conversation when you bring this to them. May your words be clear and your listening deep. May you both remember to celebrate the goodness that brought you this far. May practical steps unfold simply, a shared plan, a timeline that honors both families, counsel that confirms rather than confuses. May provision arrive without strain, and may the doors that are not yours remain closed without regret. I place favor on your planning and a shield around your joy. I set angels at the boundaries of your path to keep cynicism from intruding and to silence voices that would speak envy or fear. If you need one more kindness from me, let it be this: you are not alone in choosing. I am not a distant observer, grading your performance. I am the God who walks with you into the tailor's shop of destiny and helps you try on the garments of your future until one fits with peace. I am the God who turns water into wine when a celebration runs dry. I am the God who blesses small beginnings and multiplies the loaves of your effort into a feast that feeds more than you imagined. I am the God who taught you how to forgive, not so you would be a doormat, but so your heart would remain spacious enough to hold joy. I am the God who knows your laugh by sound and your tears by taste, and I am not tired of you. I am leading you, with wisdom, with timing, with mercy that never runs out. This particular person will not fix your life, but together you will cultivate a life where healing can keep happening. They do not replace me, they join you in walking with me. There will be mornings when gratitude makes the walls seem luminous. There will be evenings when you sit quietly and realize you are not bracing for impact anymore. You will learn to rest without guilt. You will work with focus and stop apologizing for being excellent. You will hold each other to truth gently, and you will become ambassadors of a different way of loving in a world that has forgotten how. This is the fruit of a union I bless. Choose life. Choose peace. Choose the path where your courage feels at home. Take their hand, not to escape loneliness, but to walk purpose with a companion who understands the language of your calling. Say yes in your spirit, and let that yes set in motion every good and necessary thing. You have waited long enough to be sure. Now be brave enough to be glad. The hour is tender, the lamp is bright, and the gate is open. I seal this word over you with calm that outlasts adrenaline and joy that does not need an audience. May your steps be ordered, your voice be steady, and your heart be soft and strong at once. May the next weeks be a dance of clarity and the next years a cathedral of kindness. May your home become a psalm people can walk into and find themselves humming. Even after they leave. Go forward. I am with you in every step, in every detail, in every ordinary miracle from this day. And as you move, know this: you are not late, you are right on time. That I am speaking to you now because the air around your life has grown heavy with a promise that does not belong to the future anymore. it belongs to this hour, to the breath you are drawing as you read. I have watched you walk with quiet questions that you keep behind your eyes, questions you do not voice because you fear they will scatter like birds if you try to hold them. You have asked what kind of love is safe, what kind of covenant will not bruise you, what kind of hand will not open only to drop you. Hear me, I am not late, and I am not guessing. I am the one who numbered your days before you learned to count. What I am telling you carries weight like a bell in the night ringing you awake. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your next chapter with a sword of clarity, and he is not here to frighten you, he is here to cut away the lies that cling like vines to your ankles. He says, and I confirm it, there is a particular person chosen for your heart, and the choice is not reckless, nor random, nor born from hunger. It is born from design, from covenant, from the way the fabric of your destiny has been woven since before you had a name. You have seen signals like flickers in the corner of your vision, small kindnesses that refuse to be small. Timing that made no sense until you realized it spared you, messages that arrived when your courage was a matchstick in the rain. Each was a breadcrumb leading you toward this announcement. I am not moving you by panic, I am guiding you by peace that has a spine. The urgency you feel is not fear, it is alignment. Deadlines frighten those who don't know where they are going, holy urgency steadies those who are finally seeing the road. Before the second day of the next month dawns, I am pressing this word into you with the seal of my breath. Prepare your heart to recognize and answer the call to marry the one I have set apart. This is not a bargain with fate, this is a blessing with direction. You are not being forced, you are being found. The person I am speaking of is not the loudest option, not the glitter that blinds, but the steady flame that warms rooms without demanding applause. Pay attention to how they treat silence, because covenant is built in the quiet hours when there is no stage and no crowd, and character cannot borrow a microphone. This person has weathered storms that taught them not to worship outcomes but to walk in obedience. They do not elbow others to go first, they shoulder burdens so others can breathe. They have a history with me. Do not let the simplicity of their presence trick you into thinking my choice is ordinary. I hid royalty in shepherds long before you were born. I planted oak strength in ordinary soil. When you stand beside them, you will not feel enlarged by vanity, you will feel expanded by purpose, the way lungs open to catch air before running toward a finish line you did not think you could reach. Some of your hesitation is not about them. It is about the weight of promises you watched fail in other hands. I saw how vows were thrown like confetti and swept like trash when the music ended. I saw you hold the broken edges of someone else's exit and blame yourself for bleeding. I am not dismissing your pain, I am redeeming it. The fear that says, if I choose wrong, I will never recover, is a fear that does not know me. You are not walking without a map. You are walking with a lamp. The way I lead you will be confirmed by fruit, not just by fireworks. Watch for patience that doesn't sour into passivity, humility that doesn't curl into cowardice, joy that doesn't perform for an audience, truth that doesn't bruise the weak, and courage that doesn't need cruelty to feel strong. These fruits are not ornaments pinned to a costume, they are roots drinking from living water. This is how you will know, Archangel Michael says to you, do not negotiate with confusion. Confusion is not a counselor, it is a fog. He stands with his blade unsheathed, and I send him to sever the whispering cords of counterfeit connections, those that mimic devotion with intensity. Those that call obsession destiny, those that confuse your nervous system into thinking anxiety is chemistry. Where anxiety spikes, wisdom speaks, this is not peace. Where peace anchors, your steps steady. You will not need to beg for what is yours. Covenant does not ask you to shrink to fit a box, it invites you to grow into the architecture I designed for your life. Do you hear how the corridors of your future echo when you speak their name in prayer? That resonance is not imagination, it is alignment finding its frequency. You fear losing freedom if you choose wrongly. But listen closely, true covenant multiplies freedom. It does not chain your calling, it gives your calling a witness. A partner, a second set of hands to lift what would crush you alone. I am not asking you to abandon the blueprint of your life, I am revealing the co-builder. You will dream bigger without burning out. You will rest deeper without guilt. You will risk with wisdom instead of gambling with your heart. You will laugh with your guard down. You will cry and not apologize for being human. You will speak and be understood, not merely heard. The home you build will be a lighthouse for others staggering in the weather of their own transitions. People will enter and say, it feels like peace lives here, and they will be right, do not let the calendar intimidate you. Human schedules spike and dip. But I am the Lord of time, and yet I weave significance into dates so your faith has touch points to remember. This moment is a hinge. That is why you sense a countdown in your spirit, not to force you but to focus you. Before the next sunrise dawns on the day you marked in your heart, bring me your yes. Your yes is not the signing of a contract written by fear, it is the opening of a door where love and mission meet. Your yes is not the end of discernment, it is the beginning of deeper clarity. Your yes does not silence wise counsel, it invites it. Speak with those whose fruit proves their wisdom. Do not give your pearl to those who mock holy things. Share with the ones who pray more than they pry. You ask me for a sign. I will not play games with you, but I will send confirmations that carry my fingerprint. Expect 3 witnesses that agree without colluding, a scripture that finds you before you go looking, a phrase from an unexpected voice repeating a line you've whispered only to me, and an opportunity that tests both of your humility at once, an inconvenience that reveals whether service is a posture you both carry or a performance you both stage. These will not manipulate you, they will illuminate you. Pay attention when small doors open, big doors often swing on small hinges. When you both choose kindness under pressure without needing credit, the bell of my approval rings even when no one else is in the room. Hear me about the past, forgive it, but do not rewrite it. Lessons are not chains, they are lanterns. You are not the sum of your wounds. You are the steward of your healing. I have been faithful in the night seasons when you felt invisible. In those hours, I was not withholding, I was weaving. I taught you to pray not to pad my ego, but to build the muscles of your listening, so that when I whispered this word about marriage, you would not confuse my voice with the static of your own expectations. You asked me to remove every counterfeit with a holy kindness that does no harm. I have done it, and I am doing it again now. Watch doors that used to glow in your imagination go dim without drama. Watch threads that tethered you to distraction unravel quietly. Do not chase what I am untying. Let it fall, this particular person will not worship you. That is good. They will not ask to be worshipped. That is better. Together you will worship me, and in that posture your love will stay clean. Lust is loud at the start and grows quiet with shame. Love is gentle at the start and grows loud with trust. Chemistry without character burns, character with chemistry warms and endures. You will know you are safe to choose when you no longer need to stage a performance to keep their attention. You will know you are safe when we does not feel like a threat to me. Their dreams will not ask yours to die. They will ask yours to rise. Your dreams will not eclipse theirs, they will cast shade for them to rest and plan. This is how two become one without one becoming none. I am not naive about the resistance that stirs when goodness approaches. There are voices that profit from your loneliness, industries that thrive on your perpetual almost. There are people who are comfortable as long as you are incomplete because your wholeness would unmask their control. When you choose covenant, some will call you foolish because they do not understand faith that can analyze and adore at once. Do not harden to protect yourself from their opinions, soften to protect yourself from becoming like them. You can be gentle and immovable. Kindness is not weakness, it is a weapon that disarms the enemy without wounding the innocent. Archangel Michael says, stand straight. Your shoulders remember burdens I have already lifted. Take your posture of trust. Breathe deliberately. Name your fears out loud to me, not to those who harvest gossip like grain. I will answer fear with presence, anxiety with sequence, doubt with instruction. Write what I show you. Make it plain. Do not make your discernment mystical when it needs to be practical. Budget with wisdom. Plan with humility. Ask the necessary questions about values, about stewardship, about family and boundaries and the rhythm of rest. Covenant cannot be built on assumptions, it is built on agreements. This is not unspiritual, it is holy. Clarity is kindness. Truth is tenderness. Light is love's native language. I will speak also to the tenderness you are almost afraid to admit. You want to be cherished without audition. That longing is not a flaw, it is a compass pointing to how I designed you. The person I am sending will not make your soul compete for scraps of attention. They will not resist your growth to stay superior. They will not weaponize your transparency. They will carry your secrets like seeds, planting them in prayer rather than spilling them in the street. When they repent, it will be without scripts. When they celebrate, it will be without envy. When they lead, it will be without dominance. When they follow, it will be without apathy. They will not be perfect, they will be present. And presence drenched in my spirit is better than perfection performed in public and abandoned in private. You have wondered if you are ready. Readiness is not the absence of questions, it is the presence of willingness. You have wondered if you are worthy. Worthiness is not earned, it is received. You have wondered if you are late. You are not late, you are arriving. Before the next day crosses its threshold, silence the rumor that says you must choose in panic or you will miss me. My will is not a tightrope over a canyon. It is a path with guardrails. If you slip, I steady you. If you pause, I pace with you. The invitation is extended, the window is open, the wind of my spirit is moving through your house even now. Open your hands. Surrender your script. Let me write with a freer pen across your next pages. There is a sound I keep hearing over you, the sound of laughter you have not laughed yet, laughter that does not break against the rocks of suspicion, laughter that fills the rooms you have kept small to manage disappointment. That sound will become common in your home. Children will borrow its echo, or spiritual sons and daughters will adopt its cadence if physical children are not your story. Celebration will not be postponed as a reward for perfection, it will be practiced as a rhythm that keeps the heart supple and grateful. You will host the kind of joy that makes morning pack its bags faster. You will still face sorrow, the world is not finished groaning. But sorrow will not rent a permanent room in your chest. Hope will. Prepare your heart. Prepare your space. Make room physically as a sign of your inward agreement. Clear a shelf, a calendar quadrant, a habit that no longer serves the future you are welcoming. Allow me to reorder your priorities around partnership. Some tasks you clutch to prove your competence will be shared now. Some battles you fought to justify your strength will be fought together or not fought at all because peace will be the strategy instead of pride. Do not mourn competencies that become unnecessary. Rejoice that your energy will be reassigned to larger building, deeper loving, truer living. There is also a call upon the two of you that reaches beyond the romance you desire. You will be a signpost. Others will think you met by coincidence, you will know it was by appointment. People who gave up on the possibility of holy love will take courage again because your story will not be made of glittering deception but of steady miracles, tiny, daily obediences that bloom into something people can actually trust. Your table will become a place of counsel, not because you seek status but because you serve truth. The projects you put your hands to will carry favor because their foundation will be clean. Money will not master you, though I will provide. Platforms will not possess you, though I may open doors. Influence will not intoxicate you, though I may trust you with it. You will carry influence like a basin and a towel, not like a throne. Guard your tongue as the word unfolds. Not every holy thing should be handled by every hand. Share with the right witnesses at the right time. Let me choreograph the unveiling so your joy is not trampled by premature scrutiny. I am not hiding you out of fear, I am sheltering you out of wisdom. When it is time to proclaim, you will feel the green light in your spirit and even your body will sense ease where there used to be a flinch. The shift will be recognizable. What felt fragile will feel rooted. What felt secret will feel sacred and able to be honored in the open. If you need a picture for your heart, see this: 2 candles carried separately through long corridors of learning and healing. They have burned faithfully in their lanes, not consuming themselves to prove devotion, but offering light where they were placed. Now I bring the flames together, not to swallow one with the other, but to join them so the room brightens without either candle losing its identity. That is covenant under my hand, oneness without erasure, unity without